Okay, welcome back. You should now have your menu screen created, and the next job is to take it from Serif Draw Plus and put it in Breakout. Into your game environment. Now, the way to do this is to, first of all, you need to select everything on the screen. Now, if like mine, your page is very close to the edge, I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. And now I've used the Control and the minus key to do that. Making sure that I'm on my pointer tool, I'm going to highlight everything. And the reason I've zoomed out is because I want to do a big box around everything, making sure that I've got everything highlighted here. I could even go even wider than this just to make sure that I've got it all highlighted. Once you've got the area that you want to take out of Draw Plus and put it into Game Maker, I'm going to go to File and not Save, but I'm going to export it as an image. What this allows me to do is it allows me to choose the file type that I'm going to export it as. Under Format here, you've got lots of different options. Now these are all different file types that are suitable for different reasons. We could export it as pretty much any one of these, but we need to go about choosing common file types that are going to be most appropriate for this particular format. I could choose JPEG, but look what happens if I choose JPEG. The white background appears and not the transparent background, because JPEG does not support transparency. But some of the others do. For example, GIF. And also one that I really like, and one that's being used more and more, is the portable network graphic PNG. So I'm going to select that one. Now you can see that in my selection here, because I've got that breakout with a outside glow, the glow actually goes outside of the canvas here, which is going to be really annoying when I pop it into my room. So I might want to go back in and actually just shrink that down a bit so it doesn't go outside of those walls. But I'll just leave it as it is now. Now notice also that my size of my exported image is changed. Now I need to take that down back to that original 680. Now I'm not going to worry too much about it being slightly out here by 6 pixels. And I'll show you why in a moment. Now I'm going to export it, and I'm going to call it Breakout Menu Screen. You can see that I've already made one there, but you name yours Breakout Menu Screen or Menu Screen, it's fine, and click Save. I'm just going to replace the one I've already made. Now I'm going to go into Breakout, and you can see that in your room that you have open, room 1, if I double click on it, you've got a series of different tabs up here, and of course the one we're worried about at the moment is backgrounds. I want to add a background that I've created. To do that I click on this icon here, but of course there's no backgrounds to choose from right now. So I need to add it to my backgrounds folder. Now to add a background, it's the icon that's the little sort of image icon at the top called Create Background. Or at this stage you're probably getting used to just right clicking on the folder and creating whatever it is the folder is sort of accustomed to here, associated with. I'm going to call mine background menu because I might add some more backgrounds later on. And then I'm going to load in that image that I have just created. What I might do here is just click that remove background and just see what happens here. Unfortunately I'm going to have this sort of blank space around the outside, but it shouldn't matter too much. I'm going to click OK. Now with that image, that PNG image added to my backgrounds folder, it should now populate this list here, which it does. Now you can see what's happened because it's not the exact size, because I had this issue with the outer glow going over here. What I'm going to need to do is press this stretch button here, and I didn't like that really, because what it's actually done is it's squashed it down. But without me going back into Draw Plus and making the breakout text a bit smaller, I can't really get around that right now. But it's okay for the purposes of this demonstration. And that's pretty much it in terms of getting your image into here. I'm going to press the little tick here, then I'm going to press the run the game icon. Now what will happen is the game will run and the menu room will appear first. I'll read the instructions and then I'll want to press spacebar to continue. Now, I don't know if you can hear me pressing the spacebar right now, but it's not doing anything. And that is because we have not programmed it to do anything in that particular room. There is nothing in this room to instruct the computer to go to the next room if the spacebar has been pressed. So, yep, you've guessed it, we're going to create an object. So I'm going to right click on the objects folder and create an object. I'm going to call mine object underscore. I'm going to call mine control. You could call yours spacebar if you'd like to, or move to next room. It's entirely up to you. Obviously there's no sprite on this object because we want it to be invisible in the room. You can probably guess the event that we're going to add is when the keyboard and the space button on the keyboard is pressed. What we would like to happen is for it to move from room 1 to room 0, and that can be found in the main 1 tab. This is to deal with the moving between rooms section. That one moves to the previous room, and this one moves to the next room. So I'm going to drag that action in here. It allows you to choose a transition effect. I'm going to choose, doesn't really matter here, let's have a rotate left. We'll see that in just a moment. I'm going to click OK. So I've got my object control. The last thing to do is to add my object control into the room. So making sure I'm on my objects tab. My list is now populated with object control, and I'll just pop it in the room somewhere. Doesn't really matter where you put it because you won't be able to see it when you play the game anyway. Let's have a go and see if it works. Press the play button to run the game. This time room 1 will be loaded. And hopefully this time now when I press the spacebar, you'll see the transition and room 0 has now loaded. I probably should have given those rooms some better names so they don't confuse us later on. For example, when you could have 50 levels of this game and therefore you'd need to number them all appropriately. So there you have it. Quite a long video, but remember, you're exporting as an image, making sure you choose PNG. You're then adding that PNG image to your backgrounds folder. You're then adding the background into your room. You're then creating an object control which in the event of the spacebar being pressed, it goes to the next room. Making sure at the end you add in the object to the room. Have a go at that now